do understand and get your day. Your life is going to get better once your perception gets better. I have a few moments before my little ones come in. So I wanted to do this video real quick about the story that you keep on telling people because you feel the need to explain why your life is chaotic or why your life is going in the direction it's going in. But if you could take one thing from this video, that story is not doing anything but keep on allowing you to get the same exact thing from life. All right. So earlier today, I was listening to Narrow Knowledge, and oh my goodness, absolutely love Narrow Knowledge work. Okay. He's a content creator. He works with like celebrities and stuff like that. And he made content on YouTube. So if you guys have not checked Narrow Knowledge out, he's really, really good. He talks about manifestation. Right. And so tonight, he was talking about the subconscious mind, how sometimes we can want something, consciously it makes sense. Like you want more money, but subconsciously, you may have a story going on or the pain that you felt when you was a kid, right? And one of the things I'm going to say is this, earlier today when I was in my meditation session, I had sometimes in life, you're going to have to go back. You're going to have to go back to the times where as though things weren't the way we perceive them to be. Sometimes we can perceive our lives as children when we were children, and we can think like, oh my goodness, my life just was horrible, right? But there's so many amazing things along the way. So I'm going to share some with you guys, okay? When I was a kid. So when I was a kid, I went to a Catholic school. Okay. So I was thinking about that. I was like, oh my goodness, and you went to a Catholic school. Okay. I went to a Catholic school. Not only that, I also would get my hair done at the beauty salon I believe it was like every week. My aunt, she would pay for my sister and I to get our hair did at the beauty salon every week. No, every 2 weeks, I think. And those are some of the memories that I remember. So when I'm looking at a certain amount of money I want to earn, I look at those instances like when I was a kid, right? Going to a Catholic school, getting my hair did every 2 weeks. All of that costs money, okay? And then not only that, I remember this core memory is what really, really had me manifest into things that I desire. So I told you guys I went viral twice in 2 weeks. Okay. Some may call it luck. It's not luck, it's alignment. Okay. And this is the only thing that I kept on focusing on is my grandmother. So when I was a kid, my grandmother, she would send my sister and I to the store. We was in the projects, okay? And even though I grew up in the projects, I still was getting my hair did. I still was going to a Catholic school, okay? Still going to the Catholic school. I remember when I was in a Catholic school, it was once whereas though I felt like I wanted to go to the public school because I seen all the kids that was in the projects that grew up, and shout out to the ones that grew up in the projects with me, okay? Because I seen them in a public school and I wanted the experience of a public school. But my aunt, my father was the one who, enrolled my sister and I into the Catholic school. And then later on, when I went to go live with my aunt, hold all my children here. Hold on 1 minute.
Check your bubble. Hey, did you used to watch The Proud Family? You just throw your coat on the floor in here? Oh my goodness. Come on, come on. Oh, you was at the house, shake your bum bum, shake your bum bum, shake your bum bum. Shake your little bum bum. Yeah, he going first. Shake that little bum bum, shake that bum bum. Roll that bum bum, roll it. It's like bum bum. Shake that bum bum, shake that bum bum, shake that bum bum, shake that bum bum. What? I wish you would. And don't be mean. That's what go. Being mean. Go. That's what go. I'm gonna get you guys some more stuff. She cooking. Get in the shower. Yeah. Get it off the rug, please. Here you go. Get in the shower. Why is all that water here? Get in the shower. Let's see if they fit.
What bag is yours? And you don't clean this mirror since you put all that water up here. What bag is yours? What bag is yours? Oh, it's blue one. Come on, do the bag. The soap, come on.
Alright.
And wash your hair while you in here.
What?
Wash your hair. Come on.
Alright, you can do that.
Most likely tonight. All right, family, my bag. Oh my goodness, my youngest children here. Lordy. Okay, so back to what I was saying, right? So there's some memories that had occurred during your childhood, but you may be so conditioned to focusing on things that occurred in your childhood that wasn't the best. And I'm not saying like, disregard what happened in your childhood and stuff like that, but that story that you keep on telling, it is not serving you. It actually is doing a disservice to you. Okay. Before that, okay, are you guys watching Dark Matter on Apple TV? Oh my goodness. When I first started watching Dark Matter on Apple TV, okay, let me tell you something. I did not understand what the heck they was talking about. I understood the physics and stuff like that, the parallel realities and, things of that nature. But I was like, oh my goodness, it was parts that I didn't know what the heck they was talking about. And then my intuition was like, just stick with it a little longer. Stick with it a little longer. And it was some people who I may come across on social media like Narrow Knowledge and also Shay Love Diva, who talked about Dark Matter. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna stick to it. So I've been watching it today and it is so good. Oh my goodness, it is so good. If you guys are not watching Dark Matter, I don't know. But anyway, so getting back to my story, right? So is things that occurred in your life when you was a child, everything that occurred in your life when you was a child, it wasn't all bad. Sometimes we may tend to over exaggerate. And I know, what's his name? Not Bruce Lipton. Not Bruce Lipton. What is the other guy name? Dr. Joe Dispenza. One of the things he says, go in. Leave it open. One of the things Dr. Joe Dispenza says is we tend to over exaggerate our childhood at times, and certain things that we say occurred, it didn't. When I heard that, I was like, what? Right? And also Miss Iyanla Vanzant, one of the things she says is sometimes we could over exaggerate. We over exaggerate the past. So whatever it is that you are going through in life, right? One of the things that you want to do, and this is something that I do, okay? I constantly refer back to when I was a kid, all the good times that I had when I was a kid, the amazing things that occurred when I was a kid. And I keep on looping it. I keep on thinking about that. One of the biggest things for me is my grandmother. Okay. And I talk about my grandmother a lot. My grandmother was so sweet, kind. She talked about, I would like to say, the laws of the universe. I didn't even know, at that time when I was a kid, like she'd say things like you reap what you sow. She just had a positive outlook on life. No matter where she was, she had a very, very positive outlook on life. And that trickled down to me. And I just keep on looping this one thing, right? Over and over throughout the day. And when I'm looping this one thing throughout the day, you know what tends to happen? I'm not so caught up on the numbers, right? I'm not like, I still check my social media and stuff like that. But when I feel those emotions of when I was a child, and my grandmother will always give me money every day so I could get something from this store, right? When I was a little kid coming from school, and I would go to the store, my grandmother would give me the money to go to the store, and it was 25 cents, okay? But it was that idea, it's that memory that constantly, and back in those days, I'm talking about 84, well, not 84, I was born in 84, but probably, let's say, probably like 1990 or so. That was something in those days, okay? And just keep on visualizing it and feeling those emotions and hearing my grandmother say like how proud she is because the person that I have become, right? It feels so amazing. So to the ones that's out there, I am here to tell you your life is going to get better once you start changing, once you start focusing on what it is that you truly desire. You also have to be that person in the now moment. When I earned, this is the most I told you guys since I've been doing social media, right? And it's gonna be way more than this. But and I wasn't working hard. I wasn't working. I mean, I was doing 7 videos, uploading 7 videos, but a lot of the days my videos are it's pre-recorded. So I was in the bed. My oldest son even was saying, he was like, you so lazy. You ain't even doing that. You ain't even doing that. And I told him, I said, I don't have to be working hard. Watch what God do. And God showed out. God showed out. Going viral 2 times in a week. And I don't say that like to be braggadocious. I say that to say you don't have to work hard. And it's all about alignment. It's all about your frequency, your energy, and your vibration. And it's about what you perceive to see for yourself, okay, which equals alignment. If you see it for yourself, it's going to happen. It's going to occur. Why will it occur? Because you see it for yourself. You're not so caught up on like, oh my goodness, my outer reality, it has to change. You like, I know my outer reality is going to change. And even if it was not to change, it's like a part of you is like, all right, well, if it don't change, I'm okay either way, but I'm still going to be happy. I'm not going to allow the outside of what's showing up to stop me from being happy. And let me tell you something. I'm not saying it's the easiest thing to do. I've been studying personal development, I want to say for 8 years. Back in 2018, I started studying personal development. And I'm not saying it's the easiest thing to do, right? Like you being able to catch yourself whenever you get those ideas or whenever you see something, and it's not about faking it till you make it. It's also not, not acknowledging whatever it is that you got going on, but it's acknowledging it and not staying it and not letting that thing just tear you apart. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, feel those emotions, feel what you're going through, experience that, but don't let it stop you. So is things along my journey that has occurred, and what it did for me was it made me realize, I started saying to myself, all right, Dina, you know what, this is right now is the important time for you to look at your life and understand that perhaps if you was able to get by right before, you could get by again, right? And that's what I keep on thinking about. So the obstacles, the illusions, that you may be going through, experiencing a problem, so to speak, they are there for your level up. Okay, they not there to destroy you. They are there so you can level up. They are there so you can get better. They are there for you to look at your life and say, you know what? I want better. If it's not, in the words of Abraham Hicks, if it's not for a bad paycheck, you would not know what a good paycheck would be like, right? If it's not for that horrible job probably that you experience, it would encourage you to want something different, to want something better. And that's how you have to see your life. Like, I want something different. I want something better. It's not about you not being grateful. It's about you being grateful, but still understanding that you deserve so much more. And also, you should always be growing. Okay? Always be growing. You should always be doing something. Hey, put that back.
No, last time you said I can have some.
You can't even fit that. And that's my jewelry collection.
You got a lot. I only have like these two. Like 3.
3? Girl, you better get 1.
What? Okay. Girl, you know you had a lot of stuff. You have more.
No, but I'm selling it.
You have more jewelry than me.
All right, take one. Take one.
Why not 2? I like both of these.
Could you even fit those?
Yes.
No, you can't take the same ones that's the same color. Put the other one back and get another
It's
one.
different.
No, both the same.
They're
And go
the
get in the
same- They're
shower.
the same color, but they're the same color, but they're different.
No, take
Wow.
one of those and then get another ring. But then go get in the shower. Come on, put one of them back and get in the shower.
But they're laid together.
You could take those two.
I want this.
Or you could take the Nefertiti, I think it is.
That's about the
Like a goddess. Is up there. Is that ring? But go get in the shower first. I think that's how you say it, Nefertiti. Yeah. Oh, you don't want that?
I don't want that. I want that.
No. You gotta get two different ones.
Why?
Go get in the shower and we could talk about this. Put them back until you get out the shower. Yeah, go get in the shower.
Oh, I don't like the shower.
I'm doing a video.
I know.
Oh, you don't care.
Oh yeah, no, I'll go back to mom.
All right, go. Lord Jesus. You guys got little kids? Okay, Lordy. So yes. Oh, did you guys see my Nefertiti ring? You know, I'm selling this stuff, right? You know, I have an online boutique, just in case if you wanted to know. Now, what I was saying. Oh, so yeah, so you gotta extract like a professor. You gotta look at your life from the good things that occurred. Is something good in your life that happened? Something good. I mean, you graduated kindergarten, you had a favorite kindergarten teacher. Something good has occurred. Okay. It may have been some things, but it's something I could almost assure you there's something that good has occurred when you was a child. All right. I'm quite sure it wasn't all bad. I know, sometimes the mind likes to play tricks and have you think like, oh, your life just was outright horrible. You ain't have no good days, right? And sometimes we tend to forget the things that occurred that was good. Even when you hit your goals, right? Things that you have accomplished, sometimes the mind, it'll try to make you forget all the things that you accomplished. Another thing that I do too is, I told you guys the time where as though I had earned $10,000, 10,500 from Section 8, right? Because I had goals. And because I hit those goals, they gave me a check for $10,500, all right? And I go back, and this is in a lot of the books that you may come across that talks about like the self-help books. Psycho-Cybernetics, I know is in that book too, with Maxwell Maltz, right? One of the things he says is that Maxwell Maltz had told Matt, okay, or he didn't tell Matt, but Matt started reading Psycho-Cybernetics. We know that Maxwell Maltz is the author of Psycho-Cybernetics. And one of the things Matt said, he like the now the CEO, I think, of Psycho-Cybernetics now. But one of the things he said was when he started reading that book, Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, he said that it was a chapter, I think it's probably like the 5th page or so in Psycho-Cybernetics, that Maxwell Maltz would recommend to the readers to go to the theater of the mind, right? Take 15 minutes out the day, every day, and go to the theater of the mind. Go to the parts of your life where as though you hit your goals, where as though, you accomplished the things that you wanted to accomplish. Now, when you go back there, and you feel those emotions, how you felt, or you felt good, you was excited, you felt accomplished, you felt like, you was able to do it, right? And when you go throughout the day, if you meditate and keep on visualizing and seeing those times where as though you hit your goals, guess what? Those emotions alone is going to have you create more wins. Why? Because energy grows where attention goes. Okay. where you placing your attention, the things that you keep on talking about, that's why I say that story that you keep on telling everybody, telling people that, oh, when you was a child, this happened, or when, XYZ. And sometimes you ain't even got to say it verbally. You got it going on subconsciously. And you can almost tell that you have it going on subconsciously due to the people that you come across, the relationships that you get. With that being said, family, let me go because my youngest daughter is calling me. All right. I catch you guys in the AM. I'll talk to you guys later. She's trying to get out the shower. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.